Hi everyone and welcome to another season of the Race Report. I'm Ron Hills. Thunder Mountain Speedway got a head start on the Race Report this year. They've already been in action for 2 weeks, and what an opening night modified race between Mike Mahaney and Nick Roshinsky. Making the call are Leon Andrus and Brett Dale.
Coming around the lead lap number 1 at the stripe, it's going to be Mike Mahaney, the work sneaker out front. We got Cook going around, Malcolm involved, but Trelak on the brakes heavy. What a job he did to miss all that. Stacked up side by side, Green is back out, Mahaney back on it. Way up on the top side. Look at Roshinsky, gonna stick a nose in front up on the top side of the speedway. We got a new leader going into 3. Who's gonna lead coming out of 4? Yeah, at the line, Roshinsky, your leader.
Wow, Nick Roshinsky up there on the top side of the speedway going wheel to wheel as we got a car around. It is Marshall Balzer over there at the outside of turn number 3.
Out of the turn we come, hang on. Chris Stahl bobbled momentarily. Everyone had to back up just a little bit. But Nick Roshinsky showing the quick way right now with a 20R car.
Roshinsky working it down into turn number 3. Tonkin, middle of the field. He picked up a couple of spots there at a turn number 4. Now Chad Cook bouncing around between 3 and 4 out front. It continues to be that situation of Roshinsky.
Another guy in his first, actually only his second start ever here at the Speedway. The 34T of
Rusty Smith in that 34 car having a good outing on himself. And look at Brent Wilcox. Wilcox, their defending champion. He's on the charge in car number 27.
Well, look at the racing all around the 3/8 mile oval here.
Bumper to bumper through the turns now. Mahaney has caught Roshinsky as Roshinsky's in some heavy-duty lap traffic here. Mahaney in the 77X up there to do battle with Roshinsky.
Trying to work around Cummings. Then they got him 3 wide in front of Cummings, battling for position here. Mahaney right back on. We got one coming out here.
Now Roshinsky goes to the outside of Cummings down there in the turn number 3. Mahaney's working off on the inside, giving him all the pressure he can have. Now Mahaney down to the inside. He's going to take the lead.
Got a new leaders. They got in the lap traffic. He's on the bottom. Roshinsky on the top side. They're going to split Cummings down into turn number 3. Heavy lap traffic.
Butch Green, the 56, slowing again down there in turn number 1. Now Mahaney's the one that has to deal with the lap traffic. Roshinsky coming right back on him.
Wow, what great racing action here. Halfway. 15 in, 15 to go. Modified.
Mahaney finds some real estate down to the inside on Chad Cook, the pole sitter. Going to put him a lap down. Now Roshinsky's going to change lanes. He works it off to the inside.
Bad break. A good run going for Chance Spoonhour. Now he's setting there in the infield.
Third spot right now belongs to, I believe, Chris Stahl in the 19 as Wilcox is up there to do battle with Rusty Smith as well.
Joey Colston going to the inside with the 151. But Roshinsky not letting Mahaney get away. He's right there with him. Some more lap traffic coming up. Roshinsky to the inside. Gonna put heavy pressure on Mahaney.
Wow, there goes Roshinsky way down to the inside between 1 and 2. He's gonna get the bite out of turn 2 this time. Oh, Malcolm's right there. Mahaney gets the clear lane on the top side.
Wow, what great racing between these two. They're not gonna give up. Chad Cook trying to be right there. Mahaney bobbles. Here comes Roshinsky. Lap traffic. Who's going to go where?
Oh, Malcolm blocking that inside. Oh, Mahaney bobbles one more time. Here comes Roshinsky off to the bottom. Good side-by-side contact in the turn number 1. Malcolm right there. Here comes Roshinsky. Big move to the inside.
Is Cook on the same lap? Cook? No, Cook's a lap down. Okay.
So Roshinsky back to the lead here. And the turn number 1, unbelievable move there in lap traffic.
Wow, some great racing action through the traffic, by the traffic. Wow, 22 laps this time, 22 in, 8 to go.
The situation at Dixon City, Pennsylvania, now starting to put some distance on Mahaney as they continue to do battle down into turn number 3. Wilcox all the way from 14, challenging for a podium position now in the 27.
Right now, back there, running third, you got to go back to the 19X of Chris Stahl. Brent Wilcox is 4th. Brett Tonkin is 5th. Rusty Smith is 6th. Here comes Billy Spoonhour to take over position 6 now.
Down into turn number 1, Wilcox going up the speedway. Now Tonkin's going to gain another spot over there in turn number 2.
Holy moly, 5 to go. We got one a little bit out of shape here. That's Cummings, comes down, gets a piece of Tonkin, slow his momentum down.
Wow, racing all the way around the speedway here as time is winding down. Nick Rashinsky looking to put career win number 1 on the board here at the Thunder Mountain Speedway in our season opening event.
They come out of the turn this time, going to be 28 in the books. 28 in, 2 to go. Nick Rashinsky on a mission here tonight.
Down into turn number 1, Spoonhour, Wilcox going at it out of turn 2. They're going to go 3 wide. Rashinsky is checked out down there into turn number 1. He's into lap traffic one more time.
Down the backstretch into turn 3 out of 4. Rashinsky. Woo! 1 lap to go. He doesn't know how close second place is to him, not backing off. His first career feature win here at the Speedway, coming here on opening night 2015. The win going to Nick Rashinsky. Mahaney coming home 2nd. 3rd is going to be Chris Stahl. 4th is Brett Tonkin. 5th is Billy Spoonhour. 6th is Brent Wilcox.
Saturday night at Skyline Raceway, defending champion Nick Nye won the Sportsman feature. Tyler Ward was the 602 Sportsman winner. Dan Searles won the IMCA Modified feature. Tom Jewell was the Stock Car Class winner. And Leon Brockway was the winner in the 4-cylinder stock event. More still ahead on this edition of The Race Report. Every Monday night, Chubby's Sports Bar in Johnson City is the place to be. At 7 o'clock, we'll be taping the Race Report TV show. At 8 o'clock, we'll have racing trivia hosted by the Round Mound of high-speed sound, Leon Andrus. There'll be prizes, great food, cold beverages, and a lot of fun. That's every Monday night at Chubby's Sports Bar, located at the corner of Riverside Drive and Grand Avenue in Johnson City.
Foundation alert! Foundation alert!
Pick me! Pick me!
We don't badmouth the competition.
Huh?
We just beat them in price, quality, and customer service. Hi, this is Craig Moss with KRM Foundation Repair. Have you got water in the basements, cracked or flaking foundations, foundation walls that are falling in? Call us for a free estimate today. We're KRM Foundation Repair. Good as any, better than some.
Bye-bye.
Unicorn Electronics in the Valley Plaza, Johnson City has the best pricing and selection of audio, video, and computer cables in the area. Don't spend a fortune on that HDMI cable for your new HD TV or Blu-ray player. Unicorn Electronics has quality cables in the lengths you need at a price you can afford. Expanding your network, Unicorn has the patch cables and accessories to make it happen. When you need to connect, think Unicorn Electronics in the Valley Plaza, Johnson City.
98.1 The Hawk, Binghamton's hot new country. #1 for 20 in a row.
I'm Blake Shelton. But it sure be cool if you did.
Hi, this is Toby Keith.
Soldier.
Binghamton's hot new country. 98.1 The Hawk.
30 years of satisfied customers. That's the proud history of Brush and Pallet Auto in Candor. We have a large selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Here is this week's Car of the Week. We'll give you a $1,000 minimum trade-in, and we have financing options to fit your needs, including a first-time buyer's program. Think you can't afford it? We think you can. Check us out at brush-pallet.com or visit us in person at 598 Owego Road in Candor, New York.
Welcome back to the Race Report. Time now to check out week number 2 at Thunder Mountain Speedway. The street stock field is strong this year, and so is Steven Deinhardt. Leanne Andrus and Brett Deo call the action.
Jonathan Carpenter, the J12, leading them down via the redraw. He picks the pole for the 20-lap Barrett's Race Cars and Components Street Stock Feature event. Here we go at a 4.
Carpenter on the inside, Deinhardt on the outside. Way up on the outside, the 5 Acres machine of Sharpstein. Spencer down on the bottom, and Zimmer trying to find some room down there with the 2EZ machine.
Out of turn 4, Deinhardt's going to lead lap number 1. Zimmer there along with the Wolfpack. Going to keep your eyes on Wolf as he's a newcomer to the Speedway. Don't know if he'll be able to run up there and challenge the dominant Steven Deinhardt, but Jonathan Carpenter's holding his own right now in the 2 spot.
Sean Boynton, another newcomer here with us tonight in the 3L. Right there running in position number 6 as Spencer slides up a little bit, opens up that inside lane. Shane Wolf right there for it. Looks like Sensible going to go pit side with that potent RS21.
Out of 4, Boynton making the move past Spencer. Doug Stack says, I'd like to take that route down there in the turn number 1. He's off to the inside. I'll tell you what, Leon, looks like as the laps go on, Carpenter able to stay right there on the inside of the Speedway with Deinhardt.
As some of the guys set their cars up to run on the bottom, some up on the outside, and some have to try to adjust as they're racing. But right now, Deinhardt out front, but Carpenter not letting him get away. Sharpstein right there 3rd. Hang on, Spencer, he slides way up the Speedway. That's Sean Boynton.
Wow, Boynton flirting with disaster, and now he's going to go loop-de-loo there in turn number 2. As we are going to have him going around.
Deinhardt on the inside. Carpenter on the outside. Sharpstein right there looking in both the rear window.
Wow, Carpenter stayed right with him. And Sharpstein in that 5 Acres machine, he's right up there in the mix as they bring it out of turn 4 this time.
The logger now taking over position number 5 as he works back forward. Doug Stack Jr. And the contact between Doug Stack Jr. and Brett Barrett. The door completely off the Brett Barrett machine.
Down in the turn number 3, Deinhardt and Carpenter, they were trading paint out of 4 last time. Deinhardt gets on the go pedal, Carpenter right there with him.
Trevor Dudley, the rookie in the street stock division, doing a really good job. As he's right there running 8th, but he bobbled a little bit, got up too high, lost a couple spots. But look at the top 3. There's nobody running away here.
Down in the turn 1, I'm impressed by the run by Sharpstein as that car is right there knocking on the door as they dice and shuffle back to the field. Kinzer Hill says, whoa, gathers it back in 2. Hill down to the infield. You see Carpenter set that rooster tail run up as he's going to try and make the bid down to the inside with the white flag flying.
It's now or never. Deinhardt now going to try to keep it down on the bottom. Carpenter going to try to give him a run. Can't quite do it.
Into 3 and 4 for the final time. Carpenter sets her up on the inside. Down to the wire. It is Deinhardt by a nose over Carpenter.
Sharpstein coming home for 3. 4 at the line. Looks like Donnie Russell Jr. Earl Zimmer for 5. Sean Boynton for 6.
"30 years of satisfied customers. That's the proud history of Brush and Pallet Auto in Candor. We have a large selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Here is this week's Car of the Week. We'll give you a $1,000 minimum trade-in, and we have financing options to fit your needs, including a first-time buyer's program. Think you can't afford it? We think you can. Check us out at brush-pallet.com or visit us in person at 598 Owego Road in Candor, New York.
Every Monday night, Chubby's Sports Bar in Johnson City is the place to be. At 7 o'clock, we'll be taping the Race Report TV show. At 8 o'clock, we'll have racing trivia hosted by the Round Mound of high-speed sound, Leon Andrus. There'll be prizes, great food, cold beverages, and a lot of fun. That's every Monday night at Chubby's Sports Bar, located at the corner of Riverside Drive and Grand Avenue in Johnson City.
Foundation alert! Foundation alert!
Pick me! Pick me!
We don't badmouth the competition.
Huh?
We just beat them in price, quality, and customer service.
Hi, this is Craig Moss with KRM Foundation Repair. If you got water in the basements, cracked or flaking foundations, foundation walls that are falling in, call us for a free estimate today. We're KRM Foundation Repair. Good as any, better than some.
Bye-bye.
98.1 The Hawk, number 1 for 20 in a row.
This is Jason Aldean.
She's country.
Hot new country.
This is Luke Brown. And kiss tomorrow goodbye.
This is Charles, Dave,
and Hillary.
And we are
Lady Annabella.
And I don't know why you don't take me downtown anymore.
Binghamton's Hot New Country.
This is Carrie Underwood.
Every tear-soaked whiskey memory blown away.
Binghamton's Hot New Country. 98.1 The Hawk.
Welcome back. It was a doubleheader weekend at Thunder Mountain Speedway with the Small Car Classic on Sunday. Rowdy Rick Stone has raced motorcycles, dirt and pavement modified sports cars. He's even raced in the 24 Hours of Daytona and now enjoys traveling the circuit with the Empire Lightning Sprints. History.
Yeah, I've been pretty lucky. I've had a good time here in New York State. It's kind of like a second home. I've spent a lot of years out here, thanks to Jack Crawford when it was J&J Cycle. And Owego Speedway, we ran Afton, 5 Mile Point. We've been about to all of them. Syracuse, wherever we could race, we tried it. Well, that started back in the 60s when we were running motorcycles, and we did what was called the old scrambles and the TT racing and such like that, and we went around mainly in New York State, Connecticut, New Hampshire, where those tracks ran. And then we got into flat track racing, and that took us all over the country. You know, we were a national number back then. And then we got hooked up with Speedway at Owego Speedway, and that seemed to be one of my fondest memories of racing motorcycles was Speedway racing. And we went across the country a couple of times racing that. And after we got out of that, I got into Jack Crawford's sprint car. He was my first guy that ever let me drive a sprint car. And then it came to the point where Jack wanted to race and I wanted to race, but he owned the car, so I had to go buy a car. And we did that for quite a few years. And we did Pennsylvania, we did some Ohio runs, the Syracuse Mile when they used to run up there with the Outlaws. We used to have a pretty good time. And we ran modifieds around, we gave that a go. And then a fella that owned an Indy car, that car was the Marlboro car that ran on fuel injection, and the fellas that owned it, they couldn't get it dialed in. And they found out that I had run sprinters with Hillborn injection system, and they asked me if I would come up and get their car sorted out. Well, we did that, and then they asked if I'd be interested in taking it out on a track to see how it handled and how the motor was running, and we ran that. And a car owner came to me and he says, have you ever run road racing in your career? And I said, no. And he says, I think you should. He says, we need someone like you out here. So I went and got my license, and the day after I got my license, we won our first regional. And 2 weeks after that, we got into a national. We won that, and we were just very lucky. And then we got into the Atlantic Pro Series, and we ran with those folks for a while. And then I got hooked up with some other people that had me go along to Daytona for the Rolex 24 Hour. So 2 separate years I rode with those folks. And And that was about the end of it for a while because I had to educate my children. So for 23 years, all I did was build cars for people. And when the last one graduated from college, I figured that I had a $59,000 retirement happening, so I had an increase in my pay, and so we decided to get back in running midgets and mini sprints, the lightning sprints that the association we're here at Thunder Mountain tonight. Right. The lightning sprint cars themselves, as you see, it's a takeoff of the known sprint cars that come from the 37s. They're little modern suspension and such that's been put into the car. Now they have wings on the front wing. You have a nose wing that'll keep the car down so you can steer it, and the upper wing is a big barn door that holds the car down to help you get traction. This particular car is a Bailey. It's manufactured out in Indiana, and actually the man that really got them to work and handle was Dave Haskell from Haskell Motorsports up in Massachusetts. And I've been working with him for years and developing the suspension system that works. He designs them and we try them on this car. This particular car is a 1000cc Suzuki, and that seems to be about the favorite motor that they run. They do run Kawasaki's, they do run Yamahas, but the Suzuki seems to hold up the best for the RPMs that they have to work at. Right here is one of our new sponsors. It's Sesco Steel out of Torrington, Connecticut, and they're a division of Logan Steel, is one of the largest Connecticut steel developers. Cornwall Water, we have Legel floor covering, we've got Taylor Rental. We have quite a sort. Dangerous Dan Barbecue, he's on the other side of the wing. I have a sponsor for my oil products, is Amsoil Oil, and they've been very good to us. We run different racing fuels, either VP or KM2 or something like that. That's a racing fuel that you can get at all your racetracks. They provide it for you. And American Racing Tires, Hoosier Tires. It's just a culmination of a lot of different parts that we do use on the lightning sprints. Great. Walt Stevens has always been a good friend. He's a great guy. Walt Stevens, when I was racing motorcycles, he was one of my big sponsors. He always fed me at the Skylark Diner, and I always had a room to rent at the Skylark Motel. And Walt is a great race fan. He's been involved with racing mainly at Shangri-La and Oswego. He likes those asphalt cars for some reason. He was one of the big sponsors, a couple of old-time racers, and he's quite a guy, great guy. But just to let everybody know my thanks is that man that's in our race trailer right there, Jack Crawford. He gave me my first sprint car ride, and I'll never get over it. He's the one that got me into this money pit. And he was a great racer. He raced midgets for years out west, and then he came to the east, and he raced sprint cars with the Outlaws and the Pennsylvania Posse. And he was a real popular driver. Everybody liked him.
Then Jerry Sen taking a liking to the Thunder Mountain Speedway. Harvey right there second. Third on the grid right now is that 45 machine of Kurt Conklin, but Harvey able to slide underneath of Sen as Sen bobbled just a bit, but lap traffic now. How's that going to work out? Harvey had to slow, and Sen able to come back now. But at 44 now, Harvey being challenged by Dance, and he couldn't waltz his way by.
Wow, Dance tried to rattle his cage there. Some side-to-side contact, but they checkered out, and it's going to be Harvey. Dance in for second as a quick lightning sprint feature event, second feature of the night. As Leon says, we're going to take that feature and stick it in the books.
If you're looking for a great way to tell the world about your business, check out advertising right here on the Race Report. We could be talking about you right now. Give us a call at 888-787-RACE. That's 888-787-7223, or email production@theracereport.tv. On Saturday afternoon, the International Motor Racing Research Center in Watkins Glen is hosting a presentation about the Italian-built Lancia race cars by author Jeff Goldberg, including the amazing design of the V6 engine. The presentation begins at 1 p.m. at the center, which is located at 610 South Decatur Street in Watkins Glen, and will finish in plenty of time to get to your favorite Saturday night track. As always, the admission is free to all. This year, you can follow The Race Report on Twitter at The Race Report TV. Mystery author Michael Silva hosted a book signing at River Reed Books in Binghamton last Friday night. His book, A Shot at Redemption, is a murder mystery with action taking place at the Oswego Speedway. The book signing was a huge success, and the author was at times upstaged by a group of very talented Windsor High School musicians, and that's where we leave you tonight.
First of all, thank you to all of the musicians for being here, for sharing your talents with all of us, because I know it's going to be great. And thank you also to the parents and anybody else responsible for getting the kids here, because that's huge too. And thank you to Connie Barnes and the staff at River Reed Books for opening their doors to us tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Please join us Monday night at Chubby's Sports Bar, 7 o'clock for the taping of The Race Report, 8 o'clock for Racing Trivia, hosted by the round mound of high-speed sound, Leon Andrus. For the entire staff of The Race Report, thanks for watching. Until next week, I'm Ron Hills, and I'll see you at the races.
This is that ice cold Michelle fight for that white gold. This one's for them good girls, straight masterpieces. Styling, wilding, living it up in the city. Got Chuck's on with Saint Laurent. Gotta kiss myself, she's so pretty.
Girls hit you hallelujah. Girls hit you hallelujah. Girls hit you hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk gon' give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk gon' give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk gon' give it to you. Saturday night we're in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Hot dang,